Let's get started. I am super excited to welcome today's guest to talk about the Sell Moms House program. This is the second event we've done, as we had an information session last month and several of our agents signed up for this exciting program. And we wanted to give LAER agents another chance to get into our first round of the Sell Moms House program. So with that, I want to introduce David Dowd. He is the founder of Sell Moms House. David is nationally recognized expert in senior housing and later life transitions. As the founder of Sell Moms House, he has dedicated his career to guiding families through the often overwhelming process of downsizing, relocating, and finding the right living solutions for aging loved ones. With decades of experience in real estate and deep connections across the senior living ecosystem, David has built a blueprint that combines compassion with systems. Through Sell Moms House, David equips real estate professionals with the tools, marketing strategies, and coaching they need to serve seniors and their families with confidence. His mission is simple yet powerful: to create smoother, more dignified transitions for families while helping agents build thriving businesses in one of the fastest growing markets in real estate. And with that, I'm very excited to announce once again our exciting partnership with Sell Moms House and introduce you to David Dowd, founder of Sell Moms House. Welcome, David.
Well, thank you, Stacy, and thank you for that great introduction. Hello, everyone. Very pleased and excited to be working with Stacy and with LAER on Sell Mom's House. And I'm going to make this a brief overview, so I'm going to get right into it here. But I appreciate everyone joining. At the end, there'll be a way to sign up that Stacy's provided to you for those that are on board here. Just going to, I guess I'll just get right into it here. Okay, so this is about listings. Sell Mom's House is a listing machine. I've got a methodology that I've improved over the years. I can assure you that it works, and I'm going to just get right into it here, okay? So, LAER's offering you the opportunity to become a Sell Mom's House authorized agent. What that means is that you'll be receiving training and a whole methodology to establish underlying recurring listing sources. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted because I'm seeing my chair flap up and down right there, different chair. Sorry about that. I just think that's a lot better. Sorry about that. So thank you again, Stacy, for having me today. All right. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to cover the benefits of why to join, what exactly you'll be doing, how much time you're going to have to allocate to this if you want to join, and how will it change what you're doing now? We'll cover how long it is till you're producing, which is only probably the first quarter of 26. And is it only about seniors? People keep asking that. I've been thinking about the frequently asked questions. No, there's buy-side implications to this as well. And training and marketing is included. We'll go over what it costs and how we get started. So think about it. It's all about listings. Where do you get your listings from now? Well, it's probably at the top of this screen. I'm not going to read it all to you, but a lot of it's word of mouth, which is the best of all. But there's also many other things, including pay-to-play programs. The problem is that except for word of mouth, there's fierce competition when you're working with those other channels. Word of mouth is your best bet. So the Sell Mom's House system is based on channel marketing. I've been a sales and marketing executive my whole life in other industries. I've been in real estate for 15 to 20 years now, including mortgages and rehabs. And channel marketing is simply a path. It's a path to get to your market. If you want paint, you go to a paint distributor, you go to a paint store. Well, that's a way to get people that want to buy paint. They know where to go. Well, it's hard to say, where do I go for listings? What we figured out is that through channel marketing principles, there's something out there. Once I started investigating the senior market, which of course I did because I wanted to get into rehabs, is that there's something that I call the senior ecosystem. Well, what the heck is that? Well, it's a great time to be a senior right now because of all the services. So when you're looking for listings, on the left side of your screen, you've got traditional methods where there's all the other realtors that you're competing with. In the senior, when you're fishing in the senior ecosystem, the point of this slide is you're in less crowded waters. You're differentiated, and there's very little competition once you get to a listing through the senior ecosystem. So, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be working with people that work with seniors every day. That begins with councils on aging, also called senior centers. Every town has one. You're going to have exclusive, semi-exclusive uh, rights to call on that senior center to get a head start so that you're not crowding with other LAER uh, agents. We're going to call on assisted and independent living communities that I call ALFs. Here's just some logos. You see them everywhere when you're driving around. And let's see. The point of this slide is that when you're calling on these people, they're receptive to our simple premise, as are the seniors. Let's face it, moving is difficult, and so is downsizing. It's a complex task. People don't move into these communities as early as they'd like because they don't want to face the moving. Well, what we do is we simplify that complex task, and in doing so, the pitch to our senior Echo partners is that we help them achieve their business goals. So it's not like an ask where you're just asking, do you know anybody that's thinking of buying or selling? No, you're going in educated about their business and talking to them about achieving their business goals, which primarily for this, it was different from partner to partner, and there's many different partners we'll be calling on. But the assisted independent living locations are in the business of renting apartments with amenities for seniors. So in independent living, you still keep your car, but you get meals included in your apartment and lots of camaraderie and activities. Some of them have pools, they have hair salons. You've probably been in them, but if you haven't, when you go in, you're going to be aware of the fact that their business goal is to fill apartments. They call it a census. And in talking to them about it, you're going to demonstrate that you not only know what their business is about, but you know your business, you know the senior market, and you know how to help them achieve their goals by helping their customers, seniors. It's as simple as that. One of the questions I keep getting is it only for listings? Well, actually, no. There's crossover opportunities to buyers and investors. Buyers and investors are both interested in off-market or pre-market properties. Think about it. What happens is you're out there calling on belly to belly, face to face marketing and establishing contacts in the senior um, locations like the assisted living and the senior centers. Stacy's got an automated program through her Algor Win system to nurture those contacts so that you can stay customer facing. And what happens is you wind up meeting a lot of seniors. Some of them are ready to sell, and some of them are not. But they're thinking about it, or you're helping them with downsizing or whatever by referring a few uh, valued partners. And over time, you've got people that you know are going to list someday. Well, you can approach them about um, truncating and simplifying the entire process by um, bringing in an off-market a buyer for their off-market properties. It's a simple ask. You know, if this is a big hassle, I know you're intimidated by it. If I brought you a buyer that was ready to go and you could get all the preparation, all the clean out, would you be interested in showing that to the buyer or potentially taking a cash deal? Well, that's great for your investors, and it's also great for your buy sides because when you're at an open house, if you can offer them off market properties, they're going to be more likely to share their buyer information with you and be interested in taking your call. So it works on both sides. And you also get referrals from the ecosystem partners. In other words, their friends and family are also potential buyers and potential sellers. So it's not just about the ecosystem, it's really about expanding your COI and working that over time to get both listings and buy sides and sometimes referrals. I know that that's why I got in the business, sometimes rehabs. That's why I got in the business in the first place. And that brings in your tradesmen that you know and other possibilities. So although it begins with listings, I would say that probably 40% of the deals I've had over the years and my other agents have had over the years had to do with buy sides or investors and friends. So the point of this slide, because I want to keep this brief, is that the ecosystem is the tip of the iceberg. You also have opportunities with the staff and families of the people you meet, and on and on. So when you work it all out, this is a profile of a working territory. You've got people at the COAs you've met. You've got that's the councils on aging and their people also buy and sell homes. I've sold them for people that I've met who run the programs. I've sold their homes. We There's many other sources, as I was saying, but crisis points is what we point you to. The ecosystem is so vast that you can, because you think about it, it's home health care as well. Well, they don't want to sell a home. There's lawyers, there's tax referrals, there's all kinds of things. But unless they're in crisis, they're not selling their home a lot of times. They're waiting. Well, if they've got a plan to do it, then through the senior ecosystem partners, you'll meet their friends and family, and you'll help um, with the whole process of selling their home. And when you're competing for it, you've got a differentiated pitch because you're talking about simplifying a complex process and dealing with things that other realtors don't. In order to do that, you establish relationships with downsizing companies, with many people you already probably are doing business with now. But if you think about it as organizing it into a process, help people move, you can introduce them or handle the landscaping, the painting, getting rid of um, unwanted possessions. We advise on all of that in our seminars, and people value that. So it's a very differentiated pitch, and you're going to wind up dealing with preparing um, the people that help do the houses as well, and they're all potential customers. So that's creating a team here at the top of realty services: move managers, painters, carpenters, etc. You meet the primary referral sources, and from there we also get a face-to-face opportunity with the seniors by running seminars in the assisted and independent living locations. They provide a room, they provide a meal, and most importantly, they provide a um, warm list of people who have been through their facility or their community, as they call it, but haven't decided to move yet. And they wind up with a list of 500 or 1,000 names of people who are potentially going to move. Those are all listings, potentially. And you're offering them a way to get those people, first of all, to bring them back in so that they can talk to them. And that's why they do the seminars. They love to bring people back in, and they share it with people that are in the community. Some of them haven't sold their homes yet, also. And when you do these seminars, they're very well received. And your task is, once you get to know these people a little bit, and it's something very soon, is to um, ask them if they'd be interested in having a seminar. And the senior centers do that on a regular basis, as do the communities. A couple of other things that are important. This is a comprehensive program. You're also going to join a networking group. There are networking groups of seniors, vendors for seniors or ecosystem partners that meet regularly. And when you meet them, they're all potential buy sides as well. They swap leads. Think of it as a BNI. You're all familiar with BNI, but it's a specialized BNI for seniors. It's not really a BNI, but you get the idea. And let's not forget, you're also going to work your COI. I'm going to go back to that slide. This is a differentiated sell and improvement for your circle of influence. Sure, you want to keep in touch with them a lot of different ways, but everybody knows seniors, and your ask there is simple. if you can help me identify someone in your community that potentially could use some assistance, you'd be doing them a favor. So when you see a wheelchair ramp, when you know someone's having trouble with their bills, when their um, yard is overgrown, there's a lot of telltale signs, and I'd appreciate it if you keep me in mind. You're not just saying this; you're also sending emails to them through Stacy, who's doing, composed a whole program for this. I'm very pleased to be working with her because of her marketing skills and the way she's automated that for the LAER agents in other areas. Now she's doing a specialized program for seniors. So once you get it going, it's going to take on a life of its own, and you're going to build a whole list of prospects. So, um, what you get is a semi-exclusive territory and a whole coaching strategy with me as your personal coach. Um, it's going to start very soon. The 19th, I believe, is the day on a Tuesday. We're targeting that date. So it's only a week and a half away. And we're going to teach you which ecosystem points work best. And we're going to get you started in the quickest possible way. So that amounts to basically um, 2 or 3 training sessions where you integrate our message, you understand what it's all about, you're prepared when you go out to talk about our services and meet the most people that are going to book the seminars in the councils on aging and in the assisted independent living locations. So it's fall now. You're going to be booking those for the first quarter of 26, and you'll be doing them. You'll be in front of people in 26 with a whole PowerPoint strategy. It's a really simple seminar to do. You read the headline, there's lots of details in the handout, but you basically talk to the headline on each screen. And these things are pretty well attended. There's a sign up at the end. You give away a $25, $30 gift certificate, and people check off. I'm not interested in moving. I'm only interested in downsizing, or I'm thinking of moving in 3 to 6 months or 6 to 12 months. And boom, you've got people to follow up with as a result of doing the seminars. A little pause there, but also we love all kinds of events. So if you go to a home show, you've got a differentiated pitch, and so forth and so on. Now there's going to be branded marketing for you that's already available. We can actually show that to you if you want to get in touch with me. You'll have business cards, a brochure that's personalized, ad slicks, and content for your social media and ways to drip on your COI. And then from there, it just builds. Those are the first targets we're going to attack, but there are many, many other targets, and we're going to point you to the ones that pay off. Otherwise, you'd be meeting people forever in the ecosystem and never getting a deal. So you might be wondering why you can't do this yourself, because I've perfected this comprehensive program, and you'll have everything branded, and you'll be ready to go. The cost is $150 a month coaching fee with the first and last in advance. We're looking for a minimum of 6 month commitment, and also for you to commit spending a day and a half a week on this system as a minimum. Now, you can spend a lot more if you want to, and you probably will want to once you get some traction. If you can peel off a day and a half a week, think about the things that are less productive for you now and jettison some of those in favor of building this recurring base of listing, recurring listings from the same people. That's the cool part. You can, once you meet the people at these centers, they've got apartments to fill every all the time, usually, unless they're 100% on their occupancy. So you stay in touch with them and you say, "Who can I help you with today?" And you get recurring referrals. There's also a referral fee of 30% that is part of the program. So it's 150 a month with first and last in advance, and a 30% referral fee when the decision to list with you is part of the procuring cause, because you've gotten in touch with them through Sell Mom's House and offered our differentiated um, services for sellers. And compared to all the other sellers, that come in with a buyer, excuse me, realtors that come in with a CMA and talk about the usual things, you're going to talk about simplifying a complex task, a methodology. We've got a whole downsizing guide that you give out at the seminars, and you can offer on your social media to your customers. And basically, you're saying you've got a differentiated, really in competitive listing situations, because everybody knows a realtor somewhere. We win out over those quite frequently. I would say, 75 to 90% of the time, if we're pitching, we're getting the deal. My differentiated services, unless they get a locked in realtor. So it really works, and it pays for itself, of course, through your you know sides, your 2.5%. So there's benefits to the listing agents, to the senior members, and to the referral sources. And that's basically it. I don't want to repeat here. There's more slides here because I adapted this from another presentation. But I'm going to stop the screen share now and open it up for questions.
All right. I'm going to share my screen and give a little story about how this whole program came about. So, David built his entire real estate sales business as a real estate agent through Sell Mom's House. He created a system for going out and specializing in working within the senior ecosystem and helping families make decisions for where mom's going to go next. So when David joined LAER as a real estate agent, I got to learn a little bit about the program that he built, and his goal was to do what he did at his last brokerage. And what his goal, when he did at his last brokerage, was build an entire team of agents who specialize in this. Because what David didn't say is he is an expert in this. His entire real estate career has been built around Sell Mom's House. And when he built his team, he was able to do that because he markets to assisted living centers and councils on aging all around the country. He's known for being a specialist for people who are selling mom's house. So when he approached me, he was going to build a team. I want to get 10 agents in all different marketplaces and utilize them to host the events. He gets contacted by these organizations that want somebody that is credible to come in and do presentations. So I said to him, let's take it to a whole new level. Why can't we offer
Right.
this instead of you building a team of having a small handful of agents? Let's take your system and build it exponentially. Let's offer it out to any agent who wants a blueprint to building a significant business. So first off, what exactly do you get by joining the program? Well, first you get the use of Sell Mom's House logo and his systems. And that means that you have instant credibility within the space. So if this is a pillar that you want to concentrate on for your real estate business, right off the bat, you become instantly credible because you're part of the Sell Mom's House community. That means that as you start marketing in this space, if you have a phone call with a senior center or an assisted living community, you'll have David on your side to help answer the questions, help direct you towards doing a presentation for them. So it's an instant support network. It's instant credibility for your business. Secondly, you get his coaching because there is work involved. So that's why we try to make it clear, like, this isn't just a program that you sign up and pay out 40% referral fees for the leads that you get in the system. He's going to give you a blueprint. And that's why we've planned out a monthly coaching program, and we've broken down all the steps he has used to systematically build a successful real estate business, because it's all duplicatable. So each month there'll be a call hosted by David as he walks you through the protocols to build a successful business. Now the best part is when David built it, he built it all from scratch. You don't have to build anything from scratch. He's already built everything. You just have to execute on the system that he's already built. That's why you need to attend the monthly coaching program. But all the marketing, all the presentation materials, all of it has already been created for you. So we have tons of pieces already, from downsizing for senior guides, aging in place guides, documents for like when somebody wants to have a conversation with their parents about what their move is going to look like, estate planning guides. So we're taking everything that David already has so that day one, you already look really good. You look like an expert in the senior ecosystem. Also, for all the marketing that David's already doing to assisted living centers, senior living communities, etc., you'll be featured not only on his website, the Sell Mom's House website, but you'll also be featured on the LAER website, where we're building a page that is just devoted to agents that are working with the Sell Mom's House team. So, and then also on top of it, so I want to be super clear that the value you get for $150 a month, you are getting a ready-made system to go dive into this type of business, the senior ecosystem, which is like the fastest expanding business in all of the marketplaces we do business in. So, David's already marketing to many of the communities in New England and in Florida. So they are already familiar with the Sell Mom's House idea, that there are real estate agents that really just focus on this because it is different than a regular sale. So because of that, you'll also get referred business at times where David will have somebody in a particular marketplace that is looking for somebody to come in and host a program for them. And he selects people from within the Sell Mom's House community. But more importantly, he's going to show you how to go out and get that business, how to go into assisted living centers and councils on aging, because they already have lists of people who are thinking about making a move, who need to sell their properties. And they're also looking for great content from great real estate agents who specialize in this to come in and do presentations within their communities. So this is a win-win program. Now, David's true expertise is in event marketing. So not only is he marketing to these assisted living communities and councils on aging, and he's going to show you how to do the same, but also this whole program is built off of events. So let's just say your first 60 days in the program, you sign up your first event, which is totally possible because he's going to give you the blueprint for who to talk to, how to talk to them, and what you're presenting. Then you get an event. David has already built out the entire system for the invitations, the pre-marketing, post-marketing, and the actual presentation that you do at the event, and then event checklists, follow-up campaigns, etc. So I think it's a no-brainer. David and I have talked many times about who is the perfect candidate for this program. It's really not for every single agent. For example, where we feel the perfect agent should be is either an agent that currently is doing, say, $5 million or less in business. In other words, you're not straight out crazy busy, running around that you can barely handle the amount of business you're doing right now, because this takes time. You'll have to work on this system each week. You need to have some space carved out that you can reach out to senior living communities, councils on aging, etc. So somebody that has the time to do this, we're saying 5 million and less in business is probably a good area, or you have a team. So maybe you're a super high performing agent, you've got $30 million in business. If it's just you doing 10, 20, or $30 million in sales volume, you're going to have a really hard time executing on this system to make it worth your while. But if you have a team and you have somebody on your team that can execute on the steps that David rolls out through the coaching program, then it could be a really good fit for you. So, the true value of the program, I think any business that you get from David, like from an assisted living community referral that comes in through David, that's just a cherry on top. The real value of this program is that immediately you become credible, you become an expert in this area. And even though you're not technically an expert on day one, your team is. You're now part of a bigger team of people who can answer questions and make you look super professional in a space that, in my opinion, no other brokerage is trying to corner. And it's a really big space for agents that are looking to grow their business. So, with that, if you're interested in the program and you say, I already know I want to sign up, you can go to laerrealty.com/sellmomshouse. By the way, it doesn't ask you for any credit card information at this time, because once you go there, David's going to call you and you're going to set up a one-on-one conversation just to make sure it is a good fit for you, that you have the time to put into it, that it is really something that you want to do. So go to laerrealty.com/sellmomshouse. It's going to ask you for a few questions and then set up that one-on-one call with David. And he'll walk you through the program, and together you guys can determine if it's a good fit. Anything else you want to add, David?
Well, no, just a few final thoughts, but thank you for that excellent review of the benefits and the process, Stacy. I know that could seem overwhelming to people. I can assure you it's not. We've chunked it down to small pieces. The first training or two, you're going to have the fundamentals under your belt. It's just a question then of exercising, and we're there to help you one step at a time. I especially like what you said, Stacy, about the team possibility, because if you're new at this, it's hard to build your COI. You only have so many friends and family. It's hard to get deals out of them all, right from the get-go. Well, this is a way to get familiar with a warm audience on a warm message that has a need because they're serving the same clients, the seniors that you're looking to reach. So it's an excellent place for starters to begin, but it's also an excellent place to build your team. If you've got somebody new on the team, been through that, you know how hard it is to get them to, get really familiar with reaching out to their circle of influence. Then I give you a way to do that, and help build team members. And at the same time, it broadens your offerings to off-market properties and to rehab possibilities. Let me tell you, the rehabs are very real. I um, I have a whole presentation on rehabs that I did to standing room only in my previous brokerage, and you probably got contacts with carpenters and painters and people out there that would love to work for your seniors. You've got a message to talk to them about swapping referrals back and forth, but you've also got a real source of rehabs. One of the key things just to tell you at the seminars I've said to people is, if you we talk about deferred maintenance, for example, how much maintenance you might have. And we talked about if you've deferred maintenance and your house needs a lot of work and it's full of stuff, well, if you could snap your fingers and simply take what you want and walk away, would you consider that? And I've had people call me up a year later and say, I want you to my house. I want that snap your fingers routine because I don't want to tackle this. I don't want to deal with it. And that's what's holding people back. So you've got an answer to that, and you've got a way to build teams, reach out to um, people that are flippers, and differentiated offerings to buyers, because you've got off-market properties and you can keep them in mind. It's a way to capture buyer information and sell them another property. It doesn't have to be sell house. So one of your seniors. So it's an all-around program. That's a brief summary. I'm really thrilled to be working with LAER. I've never seen such marketing capabilities in other brokerages, and be love to meet you and talk over your situation in particular, and take it a little slower because these things are quick. I've got a couple of summary sheets I can email to you right away, and like we said, we're getting started real soon. So I hope to hear from you. Thank you very much. And my phone number is on the screen there. Thank you, and thank you, Stacy.
All right, make sure if you're interested in the program and you want to learn more, go to laerrealty.com/sell mom's house. And we look forward to seeing you in the program. Thanks, everyone.